Hey, everyone. I am Lulu, Queen of Hustles, and today is Thursday Wellness, or Wellness Thursday, however you want to look at it. That's how you can say Wellness Thursday. Um, I have different things that I generally talk about on this channel. First of all, I ask that you subscribe, like, share, and comment. By no means, I am not a licensed therapist. I am not a licensed psychologist. I am just a woman that have learned some different things and just like to share some of, look at this fan up here. Okay. Share some of my tips of what I have learned over the years at 56 that have helped me continue on my own self-improvement journey and my life journey. I'm trying to get this light up here, this thing. Okay, everything wanna act up on me right quick. Okay, that's all right. If it act up, it act up. Um, for the ones that do not know, I am a woman of a few talents. I call my own self the Proverbs 31 woman. I wore my cancer shirt to work today. um, God bless for the ones that have suffered cancer and that have lost family members. I lost my dad many, many moons ago um, in '07, and then I lost an uncle many, many moons ago. So I have personally been affected by that. And God bless you and your family. If you are going through that with someone that has cancer, or you have a loved one that you have lost, you had a loved one that you lost to cancer, God bless. Okay, we're gonna get into this. We'll have to put my glasses on. I ask that you subscribe, like, share, and comment. Wellness Thursday. That's what we're calling this, a Thursday Wellness. I like Wellness Thursday. Let's read right quick. I quote from Google. Why is wellness so very, very important? If you go back and check out my videos, you'll check out my first video and you'll see the walk that I've had to where I had to kind of rediscover, refine myself after, going through a very toxic relationship breakup. An annulment. I had to go through that. And so I've done some rediscovery of me. I found different things about me that I liked, and I found things that I didn't like about myself that I wanted to correct and just make better. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel better about me when I look at me in the mirror. You understand? So let's get the definition of wellness, mental wellness. Mental wellness is a state of well-being. I'm reading, excuse me, maybe I can turn it so don't look like I'm cross-eyed. Mental wellness is a state of well-being that allows people to cope with life stresses and functions well in their daily lives. It is an important part of overall health and well-being. I'm going to say it again. Mental wellness is a state of well-being that allows people to cope with life stresses and functions well in their daily lives. It is an important part of overall health and well-being. What does mental wellness look like? See, we have so much going on, so much around us, so much on the news, so much, on TV, just in our own personal lives sometimes that we forget the importance of mental wellness and how that can look. It's not just a textbook, it can look different in many different ways. One factor affects sometime, and let me see, what does mental wellness look like? Let me get back to that point. Being able to manage your emotions and thoughts, both positive and negative. Feeling good about yourselves and having healthy relationships. That mean, you got to cut some stuff out. Stuff that ain't working for you, stuff that ain't add to your life. Those things that seem to be a distraction, be draining, toxic. You sometimes you need to, just cut back on some of those things. Being able to learn, work, and contribute to your community. Sometimes just going to the nursing home. You know what I mean? Just taking flowers to the nursing home, maybe going and reading to the elderly, or food drive, or sadly, we have this thing going on with with the fires in Southern California, possibly just helping with that. In your local community, just start some charity type work of donations. Let me say that correctly. Y'all know I don't edit nothing, so what you get is what you're gonna get. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. It's free 99. It don't cost nothing to do that. And remember, you can't stop what's already been written in the Lamb book. Okay then. Having a sense of purpose and feeling connected to others. And I'm going to go in here with a few tips with that. I do like that, having a sense of purpose and feeling connected to others. I can go ahead and share that tip. I think it's real cute, especially in the society that we live in now with technology. And y'all know I get hot sometimes. I have the heat on. I gotta start fanning. I'm 56, so I do get a little warm. Having a sense of purpose and feeling connected to others, I think it is a wonderful thing that we have. That's what I love about the internet. That's what I love. I love about the internet. And even Facebook. I think it is one of the greatest inventions ever invented that God gave man. It's a tool that you can talk to people, connect with people all over the world. But like I say, the user is what makes Facebook good or bad, which I think it can be a wonderful tool just for communication, just to help man communicate with one another. But with this wellness tip, having a sense of purpose and feeling connected to others, by that I mean sometimes just doing Zoom. Sometimes just doing Zoom with relatives that you haven't seen in a long time, your grandkids, cousins, old classmates, that type of thing. And you never know what a person may be needing. You never ever know that just that one call, what it may have done, for that person. And so sometimes just calling old classmates, calling friends, calling grandkids, calling cousins, just say, but actually looking at them, do this technology that we have, see right here, actually FaceTiming them, text them first and say, hey, I'm gonna call you FaceTime. Is that okay? Sometimes people be like, oh, but just cut your little video off. But just good to be able to connect, just to connect. That is a form of wellness. Being able to adjust to new things and taking calculated risks. Me doing this YouTube channel was a calculated risk. You have to be able sometimes to step out your comfort zone. Is it going to always be easy? No, it's not going to always be easy. Sometimes it can be quite scary and challenging, because this was something, and this is all going to tie into my 5 tips. So what does mental wellness look like? I just said those 5 things. And what are 5 tips to add to your life of mental wellness? First, and then these, like I said, I'm not a licensed therapist, psychologist. I do have an associate's degree in psychology, and I have studied the mind for 2 years and almost 1 year. I did health and human services of studying. So these are just tips and things that I have observed, things I have read, things I have researched, and things that I use that helped me. First tip is lessen procrastination. Ooh, that's a real big one. That's a real that lesson, that procrastination. Let me give you the definition. I got some stuff down for you. What does procrastination do to your mind? I'm reading. I quote Google AI overview. I quote, procrastination can significantly impact the mind by causing increased anxiety, stress, feelings of guilt, and reduced self-esteem, often stemming from the brain's tendency to prioritize immediate comfort by avoiding tasks perceived as threatening, leading to a cycle of negative emotions and difficulty focusing on important responsibilities. It can also be a link to symptoms of depression and low life satisfaction when chronic. The thing is, it's even like with this YouTube channel. I've been told for a long, long time I needed a channel, because I was just always vlogging on Facebook. Whatever I thought would help the community and add to people's lives, I wanted to share. Even though they were like, you need to get a YouTube, you need to do a vlog, you need to do a podcast. I was like, But part of me was just like, well, how will people perceive me? Oh my God, that's going in front of people all over the world. How would they take that? And then the thing is, I finally said, you know what? I said I was going to finish 2024 strong. I said I'm finishing 2024 strong. It's been on my list. I did some research and looked into it. And I said, let me take that off the list of procrastination. The thing about it, it's like you rather do it and it don't work out, or you may say, that's not for me, then to constantly tell yourself, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Because what happens when you start, what does it say? It starts to give you feelings of guilt, because, and reduce self-esteem, because what happens, you let yourself down because you kept telling yourself, oh, I'm gonna start painting, I want to start painting. You don't start, you don't do it. Oh, I want to go back to school, I don't want to go back to school. Another year went by, if you just start one little class, but once again, you didn't go through with it. This year I'm gonna work on improving my credit. Whole year go by and you're still fighting because your credit score is low, and you haven't done anything. You haven't went to go look at your credit report. You haven't wrote any letters to remove negative marks off your credit report. But you steady talking about you want to improve your credit. Your credit. You're still paying your bills. Late, not on time, which sometimes life happens, and I do understand. But just get back on track. But those things right there are a form of procrastination. Because you made promises to yourself. Oh, this year I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna lose 50 pounds. Well, you might not never lose 50. But at least you got up and you said, okay, I'm gonna start moving at least 3 times a week. I think that's one of the biggest ones right there that so many people procrastinate on. They're giving themselves, sometimes the goals are a little too high, they a little too out there. Work where you can work. If it's 2 pounds, just imagine if you lost 2 pounds, compare that to 2 pound bag of sugar. That's a lot when you really look at it, a 2 pound bag of sugar. I remember my mother told me that many, many moons ago. And it is so true. That is so, so true. That really equates to a lot when you think about a 2 pound bag of sugar. That's a lot. Okay. Second tip, journaling about your day and giving gratitude. It's amazing. And that costs absolutely nothing. That costs absolutely nothing to have you a tablet. You can buy from the dollar store, Family Dollar, and everybody got some kind of paper at home, and dig up some paper and dig up an old journal or some just a tablet, and just every night before you go to bed, if just write 5 things that you are grateful for. 5 things. It can consist just maybe getting some things off your mind. If somebody upset you, you're going through a breakup, some situations with your children, and because Habakkuk 2, help me, Holy Ghost. Habakkuk 2 say, write the vision and make it plain so the one that will read it will run with it. I hadn't even thought about that. God just gave me that. He just gave me that. Because I am a writer. I'm prolific writer. I write all kinds of stuff. My daughter can tell you. She'll tell you, Mama, what would you do if they didn't have no stickies and paper pen? I lose my mind. But anyway, because that's therapeutic for me in writing. But thank you, God. Habakkuk 2 says, write the vision and make it plain so the one that will read it will, Habakkuk 2 and 2. Write it, make it plain so the one that will read it will run with it. I didn't even think about that, and God gave me that. So journaling about your day and giving gratitude. And then, I had the other one, which was one of my tips when they were talking about connecting, was calling grandkids, cousins, families, old alumni, just calling and reaching out. It does something to you, give you that little warm and fuzzy feeling. Sometimes it's just good. It's therapeutic for you and the person that you're calling. Hopefully they want to hear from you. Okay, then let's not listen. Let's talk about it. Don't be calling folks don't want to be bothered with you. Folks don't want to be bothered with you. Don't give people little heart attacks now. Okay. Another form of wellness is y'all know I don't edit nothing. This is just straight and raw, and we go straight to it. I'm not editing. I ain't cutting because I got too many things to do. I got way too many things. I don't have time to edit. Okay. And this is something I used to do. I haven't done it in a long time. Going to a bookstore such as Barnes and Nobles. I used to love to go to Barnes and Nobles. I haven't been in a very long time. And the thing is, it is free 99. Now, I know things may have changed a little bit, because with inflation and everything else. But I used to go to this Barnes and Nobles. It was in West Austin. And I love going there. And it was next door to the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, my God. And so I used to love to get me a book. When I buy my little book, I would go to the Cheesecake Factory and get me a slice of cheesecake. And that's where I always started my book first. And it was just something that simple. But if you don't have the money, to buy a book, I mean, because things can be a little tight and books can get a little pricey, especially if you buy in hardback. I like to buy hardbacks. I don't always buy paperbacks. Sometimes I do. It just depends. But it depends on who the author is. And if it's a book that I really wanted the hardback version, I buy it. But of course, it's going to cost more. But the thing is, that can be free 99. You just, even with you and your children, even with you and your husband, honey, let's do something different. Well, what is it? Let's just go to Barnes Noble. Baby, I ain't reading no book. I don't want to. You ain't even got to buy the book. Just go in there and just start walking around and just looking at put some different things in your mind. Look at something different. Give your children, because the thing is, a lot of times when you go to bookstores, they have sections for children, your grandkids, your nieces and nephews. It is so therapeutic. And like I was saying, when I used to go to this one in Austin, in West Austin, they had these huge recliners. Oh, child. But I tell you, I loved it. I can get my little book and I just be curled up. Oh, my God. I mean, I could be there for hours. And I loved it. Those are types of things that are great for your mind. That are great. Yeah, you don't even have to buy the book. Just go in there and just browse. That you get your, just things you maybe wanted to read up on. Just different stuff. You know what I'm saying? It could be self-esteem. It could be how to fix your brakes. It could be just anything. Just anything. You know what I mean? How to, I don't know, how to cook a cake or whatever. Just get your book and just start looking, because what you're doing, you're taking time for yourself. And that's wellness. You didn't got to have the traffic. You didn't got to have to hustle and bustle. You didn't have to spend no money. You just sit and browse. And then when you get through browsing and looking at the book, just go put the book. Be kind. Be kind. Just go put the books back. Try to put them back. Remember where you got them from. And then go on out the door. And look how easy that was. But that was something that was very, very therapeutic for your mind. And last but not least, and then, I have different tips, as we do Wellness Thursday, I'm going to have different tips. Number 5 was visiting local museums in your city. You'd be surprised of the tourist attractions, things that cost absolutely nothing. Every now and then you get one that, might charge, but what you might spend more money for will be the parking. But that's a great tool that that you can add to your family. God bless them. Some ambulance going. Just add to yourself, add to your family. Like, we have so many museums in here, but I'm sure it's a lot in where I live, and I'm sure it's a lot of people have never even been to the museums. It's a lot of people have, but it's a lot of people that haven't. And I remember me and my daughter went years ago. I called her and said, hey, I'm going to come. I wasn't staying here then. I was living in Austin. And I said, hey, I'm going to come down there. And I came down. We had a wonderful weekend. And I said, I want to go to the museums. And she was like, because she would, she hadn't been, because she was like, Mom, I don't even have time to go to museums. But anyway, we ended up going to the rap museum here in my city. And it was fascinating to see all the rappers that had came out of my city, out of the city that I'm now currently living in. But they had like brief little stories to kind of say how they started and, their humble beginnings and stuff like that. It was fascinating. And then we went by this, it was 2 other ones. And one was like a Chinese museum. Fascinating. But that's just to show you. And those things didn't cost nothing. They were free 99, but it was so therapeutic. It was, like we took some wonderful pictures and it was just an like you could just breathe. It was just a nice, just a relaxing day. It was just a well-rounded day. But the thing is, this is just about taking time for yourself in different forms without breaking the bank. I'm going to look up this wellness again because I want to read that again. Mental wellness is a state of well-being that allows people to cope with life stresses and function well in their daily lives. It is an important part of overall health and well-being. Last but not least, what does mental wellness look like again? Being able to manage your emotions and thoughts, both positive and negative, feeling good about yourselves and having healthy relationships, being able to learn, work, and contribute to your community, having a sense of purpose and feeling connected to others, being able to adjust to new things and take calculated risks. And now that's it, and that's all. And I hope you take time to do your own mental wellness for you, for your children, for your husband, for your wife, just to take time to just work on this. You know what I mean? To where you can woosah. Okay? I am Lulu with Queen of Hustles. I ask that you subscribe, like, share, and comment. And that is my time. Peace.